Yes, we're live. We're all the way live. We're all the way live. All right. So, the name of this live is Let's Talk Diddy because over the weekend, I actually saw the Netflix documentary of I don't know what was it called. What was that documentary called? Um, Let me sure because I don't want to get this mixed up. Netflix documentary. Here we go. Um. Okay. Let's see. Oh, The Reckoning. So Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It's season one. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like multiple seasons, but it was like four episodes, right? And so I was able to see all episodes. And that's the one thing about Netflix, because when you're watching Netflix, you can see everything all at one time. Whereas, if you were to do other like TV shows and stuff, you know how you have to watch it and then you have to wait a week and watch it. You know what? Actually, I mean, I like Netflix, but I feel like, well, I pay for Netflix, but I feel like if you were to, it would have had more suspense if you were able to just like watch it and then, wait till the next week and then come back, But when you get to like watch it like back to back to back to back, I mean, then it's like, okay, that's it. But it's crazy because when I remember I was talking to a couple of people, right? And they were like, I'm not going to watch it because I feel like the way that 50 is, 50 Cent, he's just so petty. And I think everybody just thought it was going to be like this crazy, like hideous kind of documentary. Hey, hey, Ake. How you doing? Hey. You know me, I be messing up some names, but welcome in, welcome in. Did you get to see the documentary? And I don't know if like Netflix, depending on where Netflix is, if it goes in different languages kind of situation. But I mean, when you look at that, and you guys hit the like button, please, please, please. When you guys look at Diddy, right? And you think to yourself, why he is the way he is, it just makes sense. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jason. Thank you. Hit the like button, tap your thing, or hit your things. I mean, people talk about Diddy, right? To even me, I'm like, what is the big thing about Diddy? Like, why is so many people intrigued by him? Why so many people like want to know what he say? Like, people have their whole platforms built off of him. And so I thought to myself, okay, so now, Diddy is serving time. So now that he's serving time, what are people going to talk about? And now they can talk about this because, like, I never knew his beginning. And someone who works with families and who works with kids, now you see the dynamic of how he is. And it goes back to when you was a child. Like, I didn't know. Like, first of all, his mom, I don't know what would you call his mom. If her mom was like some kind of like kingpin, but like a woman kingpin, right? They have women kingpin, I don't know if you call it a queen pin, but like a kingpin. And then it's like the dad, that was crazy because like the dad, he was like this big time like gangster kind of thing, and then he had this like really traumatic like childhood, right? And then they talked about his mom, how his mom used to beat him in the way like I thought the documentary would be, is that it would be like just salacious, where people would just like come in and just talk about all the horrible things. And yes, they did talk about all the horrible things, but at the same time, it's almost like they showed it, not give an excuse to why, but low key like make you understand why it is what it is. So hit that button. I don't know. Do people be looking at it on their? Do people look on their phones, or do they actually look on their desktop? It's kind of interesting, but it was really sad. It's really sad, and like for me, being a person that actually work like in this environment, and you don't never know what happens behind, like when not, just to make you understand, because like when Diddy was beating up on all those different women, he learned that from a child, because that's how he was treated. So you got to think, when you're treated a certain kind of way, that's how you will emanate that, in your real life. He don't know how you expect him to love when he didn't even get love. Like, his dad wasn't there in his life, right? Because he was, deleted. And then his mom was there, and his mom, she just, I mean, and who knows how she was treated. You know what I'm saying? This is a slippery slope where you grow up and you grow up in this like really like hood environment, right? But the thing about it is, when Diddy was growing up, like he went to like a private school. So like he went to like really good schools, and got a great education. The thing about it is, he's really smart. Hey Neo, welcome in. And I don't know. Like, I was having this conversation with someone yesterday, and they was putting Diddy up there with Hitler, with I mean some crazy dictators and stuff, but I don't know if that is it. So I'm talking about Diddy, and how Diddy was like the Netflix. Neil, did you see the Netflix documentary of him? I know a lot of people don't want to see it, and like I said, I've had people tell me like they don't want to see it. I think like the reason why they don't want to see it is because they're scared that it might be a mirror to them. You know what? Let me see. Trying to find my glasses. Hey, Cardinal. Hi, Alexander. Hey, Alexander. No, 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 Neil. Did you see the documentary though? Because if you didn't see the documentary, that's the thing. Because the one thing about him is he was hungry. I mean, he was hungry his whole life, and he was bullied. I mean, I've heard people say that people become cops because they was bullied, and then now they're in this position where they are able to like have some power, and so they misuse it, whatever. But it's you know what, Neo, you make a really great point, because you look at nurture versus nature, right? Is this something that was inside of him? If you had two parents and both their parents were just like these hardened gangster, just, I wouldn't say evil. I can't say that they're evil because that's mean, but they were feared by the community. I don't know, like, you talk about respect, but isn't there some kind of fear that is attached to like respect? And I know people just like Diddy. I mean, like, that have that same mentality, and to have people around them like that. Like, currently right now, I would say I know at least four. I know four men who are like Diddy. And they have women like Don and Cassie in their life. Because why? Because they're lacking something. They're lacking, um I don't know if it's love, or they're lacking self-esteem. They're lacking something, because they're just, they'll put up with anything. And I feel like that is the thing. You can't put up with just anything. And you have to realize too, because Neil made this comment. He said, I don't think it's the hood that changed him. Maybe it's the money that got to his head. But he wasn't raised in a hood. That's the thing. Like, people want to make it seem like, oh, he's from the hood, and or he came from this certain. No. And it's crazy, because I know people like that. And I know people that come from like middle class homes, and they come from really good backgrounds, right? But then what happens is they want to be a part of something, right? So they want to be a part of the gain, and they want to be a part of like this kind of culture, so they could feel a part of something. Neo said, I don't understand how the bullying led him to become overpowering people when he rich. But it's not even about the money. It's about the power. People crave power. And sometimes power is more than money. You can see a lot of, okay, I'm going to give you a great example, right? Because remember, I was telling you, I said, I know somebody who is like Diddy. So they don't have Diddy money, but they have the mentality. They have that mindset. So he don't have anything. He don't have a place. He has to live with somebody. He don't have money. He don't have car, whatever. But he keeps his mindset like he's so powerful, right? And so the person who he's with gives, because he has this kind of appeal over this, woman, whatever. And so it's like, how are you gonna sit up here and abuse this woman, and you don't have nothing? But he's able to have this mind control. And it's almost like, I remember someone saying about, it's almost like a pimp, kind of a pimp mentality, where you could actually do mind games on somebody. So you do these mind games on a person, and so then the person will believe whatever you tell them. You can tell that person you're a dog, and they'll start barking. But you have to understand, you can't do that to just anybody. It has to be a certain person that you're doing this to, right? Somebody that's weak. Because when you're a weak person, you can control them to the fullest, and it's like, it's something about them. Because it's like, when you look at Diddy's background, he came from a really nice, it's like he dressed, his mother dressed him nice. But like I said, his mother did not want him to be like weak. That was looked at as bad. So it was one part where they talked about the guy who was like his side man, whatever, who was over in the earlier years. And he was saying the beatings that he got was just crazy. So then going forward in life, how did he handle things with violence? Because he don't know no different. He don't know no different. And the thing too is, like, when you are mean, right? No, I don't say the word mean, but when you're like ruthless, and you have this power over you, and you have people. See, I come from the Bay Area, right? And so in the Bay Area, we call it drinking the Kool-Aid, right? And that's a term that came from Jim Jones. Like, back in the day, it was this like cult leader, and he had all these people believing in him, right? And P. Diddy was like a lot like Jim Jones. And they would like when they say don't drink the Kool-Aid, it's because poison is in the Kool-Aid. And that's another thing too. Like back in the day, like this was like the 90s, early 2000s, right? They was like drugging women left and right. And who else was drugging people left and right? Bill Cosby. I mean, that's not funny, but I'm just saying, it's like, it's almost like that's what they did back then. Yes. Neil, you're so right. And I feel like the thing is a lot of times people just turned a blind eye, right? As long as it was benefiting them, they were cool with it. Sort of like Prince Andrew. I don't know too much about Prince Andrew. What did Prince Andrew do? What did he do? Hey, Nicholas. Okay, so Neil has some really, really great points, right? Because I think sometimes when you're like insecure, when you're weak, then you will do things like, for instance, he used to do I mean, I don't know how much I can say online, but when he used to do not the freak off things, not that, but when he would do the thing with his girlfriend, right, and have other people engage in certain things, right? And then when he would feel a certain kind of way, he would jump in. And then they would, I mean, they become violent. Like, but it gets to the point where it becomes the norm and you think this is okay. And you think, okay, this is normal. And it's not normal. But, people, they talk about, well, you in this situation and they, who's the victim and who's not the victim. And I feel like that's not the point, because when you're in a situation and you're being like manipulated and your mind is being um not manipulated, well, yeah, when your mind is being manipulated, right, and you're doing all this stuff that's out of your character and stuff like that, that's scary, because you're doing it to like prove it, to prove yourself to a person. I mean, it could be a man or woman, whatever. But you're doing all these things that's out of your character to make somebody's happy. And the thing that you have to realize is that you will never make that person happy. They will always want more. You would give them an inch and they want a yard. And then you give them a yard and then they want a mile. It just keeps going. So the situation with it is crazy, because I mean, he got away with, like Neil said, he got away with so much stuff and no one ever caught him about it. Let me tell you, when all the people that came out and was saying how he didn't pay them or he weren't for them, it's just crazy. Like, you keep pouring and pouring and pouring into a person, and the person just keeps draining you till you just drain no more. And then when you need something, they don't even give you a they don't even give you a shot. They don't even give you an ounce of what you've given them. It says Prince Andrew was able to get in on with young people, if you know what I mean. I don't want to get okay, thank you. I'm reading it. He was because he was a prince. Oh, but I get what you're saying, Neil. But the thing about it too is that he was a prince, so he had power, and it's the same thing with Diddy. Diddy had power. He was looked upon as someone with a lot of power, and sometimes people see that and they will jump onto it, no matter if they even get used. It's like just to be in that circle. So whatever you got to do. What was that? It was something how like people may not have been giving him monetary stuff like money, but they were giving him other things, time, doing all these different favors. He knew people that what was it, did like would produce or sing or whatever, or go here or go there kind of situations, be his guard dog, like take the fall from him. Like, that's crazy. He even had someone so indebted to him that they went to jail for 10 years. Really? I mean, wouldn't be me. I'm just saying. But the thing about the documentary, the thing about Diddy is people can learn from that, because I feel like we haven't learned. I mean, you look at through time, through history, all these people that you just pour into, that you consider a leader. And that's what people are always wanting. They always want a leader. They always want someone to guide them, want somebody to just take the lead, someone to just be there, because no one wants that responsibility. No one wants to. It's like they don't even want to be autonomous anymore. They just want to walk around like, what do you call those things? Minions. They want to be minions and they want to be sheep. But this is perfect example of why you shouldn't be you shouldn't just fall for anything. What is that saying? If you don't fall for something, if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. And it's so crazy because at one time he was having people call him daddy. And daddy, that is a term where but a daddy is a term where you think about the person's father. So he almost was like this person that was like gave them birth. Okay, you said, I don't know if you believe all the allegations. I know always believe the victims, but people jump in on easy way to get money by a lawsuit. Here's the fame turned against him. But you know what? The thing about it too is that he's not voting. Like, he could probably throw a lot of people under the bus. You think Diddy got power like that? He don't have power like that. It's somebody over him, and he know that, and he is keeping quiet. Even when what is that, Suge Knight, right? I mean, Suge Knight, that's a different story. Like they were up there, and so by Suge Knight and P. Diddy being like this, and both of them being in jail, it kind of tells them. But the thing about it is, I really feel bad for the victims. My heart goes out to the victims, because you have to understand that is a time where people didn't say stuff. You didn't speak out. Look at Little Kim. Little Kim, same thing. She was not going to be a snitch. She was not going to be a rat, right? And she went to jail to protect people. And I don't know. Like, I'm very lucky that I don't come from the streets like that, where I have to live in that kind of, environment. But this is a real environment, because it's like if you don't be quiet, then you get kind of thing. And the thing about it too is that I think there's people looking out for him. I think people are looking out for him. And like they said, they did all these crazy charges on him, right? And it's nuts, because like you said, you believe the victim, but the victims are coming out now, and it's just like people are belittling the victims. And it's like, you can. I mean, I know there's a situation when I was young, right? But this is a long time ago. And I remember I went to my supervisor to tell my supervisor like what had happened. And they just kind of brushed it. Oh, Kelly, don't, da 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 da, like da da da. It made excuses. Let that have happened now, and somebody did that to me. Oh my goodness, I would have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from Coca-Cola. I'm not gonna go into what happened, but I could have went. I would have got paid because this is a different time, and everything evolves for a reason. But I just feel like, I don't know, even the situation with the Epstein kind of thing, that is like a huge thing where they had like all the, and people thought like, oh, they're just, um, they were participants, and a lot of people wasn't participants. But when you have somebody with power, oh, and it's just breaking my heart right now because how do those people feel when you have some, like, who's gonna believe you? And then it's like the one guy, he spoke up, and what happened? He got blackballed for over 10 years. He couldn't work. Like, people don't realize when you dealing with a person with power, and then all of a sudden they don't want anything to do with you, they will blackball you, and they will shut it down, and they will have all their people, make kind of shun you out, and you won't be able to eat. And that's what happened to a lot of people. um what do you mean by that? What it ties with, like, that people don't go through that because of power? I'm not quite sure that, how to answer that, if I think that ties with that. But like I said, with the Epstein thing, I don't know. I think the Epstein was just like, Do I think he deserved it? Let me tell you something. I believe in karma. I definitely believe in karma. And I believe when you do things, it's going to come out. It's going to come out regardless. So, like, I might be doing some really, or do famous people get out of free for? I do believe that. I do, because they kind of stick together. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, come on. He I mean, he just got he got a tap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? With the outcome and stuff. Like, he's gonna serve his time and be out, and he's gonna be back making his coins, kind of things. But like I was saying, like, I believe everybody have karma, and even though you can't see it, like, all the people that do dirt, it's all gonna come back. It never fails, never. And they think that they are getting away with it. You're not getting away with it. It just might not get you now, but it's going to get you. In the same situation that's happening with him. All the karma, all the things that he's done is coming to fruition right now. You think about all the times he didn't told this person one thing and then do another, right? The universe don't work like that. God don't work like that. He know what he did, and the reckoning will come. And it's crazy because it's called The Reckoning, and it's a perfect title because it is. Now, do I have more of a understanding of where it came from? Oh yes, definitely, definitely. And that's the thing too. It's like, even a situation with R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly did all these crazy things. And but then it's like, when you look back at his past, when you look back at his childhood, then you get a feeling like he has some horrible, horrible, disgusting things happen to him. And I think someone who, I'm like, I study like behaviors and working with kids, that stuff affects, like, that trauma. If you don't heal from that, it's just a continuous circle. Okay. So Neo said, I feel like it will damage him with a short sentence. He won't have money coming in as the fans and support isn't there. The money will run out and he will find himself working at a Walmart. Mm-mm. Don't believe that. Let me tell you, these people pockets are long and they hide their money as well. So you got to remember that. They hide it. So I'm Diddy not broke. And they try to make it seem like, oh, he had to sell his house and this. No. He's gonna be straight. His mother's a gangster. And they were saying how a lot of the what is it? A lot of the businesses and stuff is not in his name. So a lot of things are protected. They know what to do. I mean, they know how to hide money for sure, for sure. So he's straight. Like he has money. He's gonna be good. His kids got money. He sets stuff up. That's why they don't even seem worried. When you see them families walking out of there, they're like, okay, he'll be out in this time. Where you see, look at Remy Ma. Remy Ma went to jail, she out. Who else went to jail? Lil Kim went to jail, she out. Life fine, you know, making money. I just seen her in tour. Yeah, I just seen Lil Kim in tour a couple of months ago. It was nice seeing her. Same thing with Remy Ma. Came out and made a whole album. Beefing with people. A lot of people are against Diddy, right? But I'm telling you, it's more people for him than against him. And that's real talk. You look at all those people that was out there, they wasn't talking about send them to HE double hockey sticks, do this, do no. It wasn't like that at all. He actually was having supporters out there big time. And he know look, when he come back, he gonna be back strong. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Kanye West, right? Kanye West, loony as a cuckoo bird, right? But he's smart. And he lost all that money, all those endorsements. You think he's suffering? He ain't suffering. People like Diddy and like, well, even Bill Cosby. Oh my goodness. Where's Bill Cosby? Where's Bill Cosby? Bill Cosby's somewhere living his best life. And that's what they do. They have everything. Look, that's why he didn't go to they didn't just snatch him off the street. They gave him heck of time to like get stuff together. He knew he was going to jail. He knew he was going. He just didn't know for how long, right? So he got all his things in place. I'm probably sure his kids. I mean, if you Google their kids, his kids out here doing them. They out there living their best life. He got them. I mean, everybody is straight and stuff. And yeah, I mean, if you think about it, people like that don't end up at Walmart. They don't end up at Walmart. I've never known anybody to leave jail and be bad. If anything, it's like they be good. It's like it boosts them up. Look at who went to jail? Tupac went to jail. I mean, R.I.P. Tupac. He went to jail, but he came out, shoot, he did better than before he was in jail. Tyson. Did Tyson go to jail too? I don't know how long he went to jail for, but he went to jail too, and he came back. He was doing his thing. No, what you talking about? In good mining. Is it in good mining? I'll say mining. Hi, in mining. What are you talking about? What Tupac did? What are you talking about? He didn't go to jail? He did go to jail. Welcome in. I'm about to wrap this up. But yeah, I definitely recommend everybody to go see that. And it was like #1 on Netflix. But I understand why it was #1 on Netflix. Make sure that you like hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. I would appreciate that. I'm just saying, you have to learn people. You have to learn. I mean, even though he was he did some really horrible things, right? Horrible things. And I think he just let the power get into his head. But he was never loved. And when you are, what is it? When the nature is so bad, I don't think nurture can help you. People are just so addicted to power, and they'll keep it at any cost. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna go. So if you have, came in, welcome in. Stay a while. I want to touch on this again, kind of thing, and not just look at it like, oh, it's Diddy, but look at it like, what can we learn from it, kind of thing. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna have to keep that. Yes, it is all about the money. The money can make you crazy if it's put in the wrong hands. I definitely agree with that. So if no one's told you today that they love you, I love you. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for coming through. Have a great day. Happy Monday.